I am here.
Abhishek and Saket.
It's okay for me.
Uh, no, Manoj, means I cannot make it. Is it like 6 a.m. in the Pacific time? Because I live in California.
That is what I said. 6 a.m. Pacific time.
Oh, okay.
It is 6 a.m. Pacific time. I am in California right now.
Oh, okay.
I moved my job to California.
Oh, okay.
It should be okay, right?
Means I'm not sure if I'm able to if I will be able to attend or not.
I didn't get you what. Uh,
Means I'm saying like I cannot attend that session at that time.
at 6 a.m.
Yes.
So you won't be able to wake up, you mean to say, right?
Yes.
Okay, can you just make it for 2 days because I want to wrap it up within 2 to 3 days.
Oh, okay. No problem then.
Okay?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So today, let me share the screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Which one now? Informatica?
MacBook.
Not Informatica?
I guess it's it's a little slow. Yeah.
Informatica you are able to see right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not have internet at my hotel. Little bit of problems yesterday. Couldn't. Today also I think it is a little bit slow. I already rented an apartment, so from tomorrow it should not be a problem. Okay, so here in the STD type 1, you might know what is it like. Insert else update. Did I tell you insert else update?
No.
I told you, right? Giving a small example like if a source there is a 10 records, if we put them in the target, first time it will be a flat insert. For the second time, if there is a change, it should update that record. If there is no change also, it should does not do anything. Did I
Yeah, I
tell
think
you that?
yeah, I think you explained the concept. Yeah, they
Yeah.
explained the concept.
So today I'll show you how do we implement that. All these days we were working with the pure inserts, right? So this is a HR schema. I'm taking the employee table, okay? I'm doing a brand new mapping because I don't have my desktop here. I had again installed it in my MacBook and then I'm doing it. So in the sources, HR table, HR schema, and go to the targets the same, drag at this employees and rename it as employees underscore STG or something, okay? Or WRK, work schema. So now the target table is present here in the structure. It is a structure. So we need to generate this in this SQL, right? Create table. Now only primary key I am doing and generate SQL file. Edit SQL file. Copy this SQL file and paste it here. And run it. Okay. Now go to the mapping. So drag this employees. We'll name it as M underscore EMP to EMP underscore T underscore I underscore U. IU. Insert and update, right? So this is pure insert and update we are performing here. So now next is what? We need to take an expression transformation, right guys? So before doing that, I forgot one more thing. When we are implementing STD type 2, we need to identify or we need to populate the data based on some dates, right? So we will have create date time, update date time. Okay? Create date time, update date time. Number. This is a date time data type. So we need to select it as a timestamp. Okay? Now regenerate this target table because these two fields are not present, right? The two new fields are not present. So I'm regenerating it here. Oh, sorry, drop should be there. Okay. Now go to the expression. Drag everything from the expression to the everything from the source qualifier to the expression. So now the point is we need to get the target structure here. See, this is our target structure, right? So when a record is present in the source, we are inserting in the target directly. Previously, like connecting all these things to the target, right? So we cannot do the updates. When we want to populate it next time, we were doing drop and delete from the target and reload it. So I will show you without doing that how do you perform with the SCD type. So let me delete this. For the SCD type 1, we need to create a lookup. On what lookup we have to create? Target based. Why target based? I will tell you. In SCD type 1, what are we doing? When an employee ID 10 is coming from the source. See here in the source qualifier there is 10. There is 10 here. We are inserting it in the target. By if there is employee ID 10 not present in the target, we have to insert it. If the employee ID is already present in the target, then we have to update it, right?
Yeah.
So for that, what should we do? We have to check whether that value is present or not, right? So to that value, what should it be? Target based lookup. So lookup LKP underscore EMPLOYEES underscore TGT will tell. TGT means target, so that we can know that it's a target based lookup. So here when you import the lookup, you will see source and the target. See here. Okay? You will see the source, target. So you can also, if your employee's work table is here, so you can select this and click OK. But if it is not present here in the source, and why it is showing source and target, whatever we imported here. If it is not present there, how do you do that? You need to go to the work table, work schema. Work and type the username and password and click connect. And from that you have to select the employee's work, okay? Sorry, this is a stored procedure we got. What I wanted is a lookup. 1 minute. Yeah, lookup. Okay. Lookup is here. So to compare the lookup, this is a connected lookup. See, it is very important concept. So right now we are learning a connected lookup. Okay guys, we are learning connected lookup transformation. So what should we do here? We need to give an input value to the lookup. Okay, in underscore, we need to rename it as in underscore employee ID. Move it to the top. Okay, all the input ports in the lookup should be on the top. What did I do? I selected, dragged the input in underscore employee ID and placed it here, right? And then I wanted a condition here in the lookup. Employee ID equal to employee ID. What is lookup table column? Lookup table is target table, right? Work table employee ID, right? So what is the transformation port? Input column, which is coming from the source. So what does the lookup do? If an employee ID 10 is coming from here, and if the employee ID it matches with the target employee ID. So in the first time, when it runs for the first time, there is no employee ID 10 in the target, right? Right? Then lookup will return a null. Lookup ports will return a null. So what are the lookup ports? We will see here. So these all are the lookup ports. This is input port, and I am selecting output port. So what do we need to return the value? We need to return the value employee ID. So I'll select only that as output port and remove all other ports. So this is a return port. Now go to the transformation, create router. We need a router. I'll tell you what entire mapping does once I complete it. Okay, INS_UPD. I am splitting the insert and update fields here. I am splitting insert fields and the update fields here. So I drag here lookup employee ID. See, lookup's employee ID. This is what target employee ID, right? And then I drag all the fields from the source. Okay, all the fields from the source. See here, notice the difference. Then I go to the groups and add two groups here, insert update. What is insert condition? When should we insert a record in the target? When
employee ID is null.
When lookup employee ID is null.
Yeah.
Right? What is lookup employee ID? It's a target table data. Right? Right? So I'll add a condition and split the stream. Is null of lookup employee ID, it should go to the insert path. When should go to the update path? Not is null of employee ID, right? So here we have two streams in the router. One is for insert and the other one is for update, right? One is for insert, other one is. So before going to that, we need to create two output ports in the expression. What is that for? Create date time, update date time. We have to hard code a value for that. Okay. So this is only output port, so I uncheck the output port, input ports. So what is the value we should give for? Always we should give the value when a record inserts or updates in the target table, then only we have to populate the date time. So what should it be? It should be the session start time. So there are some built-in variable session start time. When Informatica starts a session, it will update that time to this particular field. Understood? So it says incompatible data types. Why we did not select date time here? Right? And here we have to select another session start time. So the same way we have to select these both and drag them to the router because we forgot to do that previously, right? So now the next thing is we have to take a expression. It's fine to keep it, it's very good practice to keep an expression, but to update the data in the target we need an update strategy. So first we are connecting the insert port. See here, I will rename this target as work_INS. This is an insert instance, this is not a table, just an instance. So I will copy the structure now in the insert instance and the update instance, go to the employees underscore work, select the employee. This is coming from the source, right? Huh?
Yeah, Manoj, we are not able to follow because there is a lot of lag.
Okay. One moment, let me see.
I don't know about other guys. What about you, Abhishek? Do you find some lag?
Not that means it's slow, but it's good enough.
Okay.
Okay. Let me finish up the mapping. I'll explain it to you again. So now we need to go to the update strategy transformation. UPD underscore EMPLOYEES table. So drag everything.
Oh, it stopped running, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Nothing is visible as of now, as in the.
Yeah, right now it's lagging for me.
Still
What
lagging?
about you? Yeah, Manoj. I mean, once you created that object, that work update and instance update. After that, there's nothing, no progress in my screen.
Yeah, it's frozen up right now.
One moment, let me see. Because I'm able to work, let me see whether I can browse the internet or not. One moment.
What about you, Saket? You there? Hello, Saket.
Yeah, Pranish. I even same for me as well.
Same, right? Yeah.
Can you check now? I shared my desktop again. One moment.
Okay.
It's still the same actually.
One moment. One moment. Let me disconnect and reconnect. Okay, can you just click on the link again once again?
Okay, Manoj.
Hello.
Hey, hi Saket.
Yeah, Pranish.
Yeah. And Manoj, you doing something because I mean I guess we are just the same screen, right?
Yes, the same screen.
Yeah. Still stuck. Manoj, you there? Hello.
Believe is not there.
I think Manoj is not there.
Okay.
Abhishek,
Yes, Saket.
you're attending BODS also?
Yeah, actually today it's gonna be the second class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to join too?
No, no. Where in California Manoj is living?
No idea. You can ask him.
Okay. Pranish, you are the host. So start the class.
Yeah, why not? I mean, how come? I don't know.
You have been given the responsibility now, so you have to proceed.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll just switch on YouTube and there's this lookup transformations. We all can study them. Uh, So how come I became the host for no remote? For what joy? I don't know.
Because you are the most talented student in the class. That's why
Yeah, right.
you are now the host. You have to teach us Informatica.
But where is Manoj when? What's wrong? Why he is not visible?
Why didn't you share your desktop and start taking Ramesh?
What should I teach Abhishek?
You see, click on the left side. Click on the meeting info. We will see Informatica meeting topic. Informatica host is Pranish Rakvi.
I know, man. What should I do? It's just on paper. I'm not the actually teacher. I don't mind teaching, but then I don't know how much you will learn from me.
So did anyone
What's wrong? Where is Manoj? Let's call him.
did anyone prepare the resume?
I started.
Even I
Work is in progress. Tomorrow you have to get up at 6, Saket.
Yeah.
You're 6. Let's see. I'm calling Manoj. Hopefully he picks it up.
Where do you live in California, Saket?
Hey, hi Manoj.
Fremont.
Fremont.
Okay, not a problem. I thought, I mean, because we only 3 are there, so we got confused, like, what happened. started with 14, down with 3.
Sorry, boss.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, do you understand what he started with? Because I was getting a little confused.
The lookup one,
Yeah.
you have to check the tutorials again, man. It's not this one. The tutorials as well, then we can understand it.
I didn't started, but after that I didn't understand why that router came into picture.
It's like in the lookup itself, you are giving two conditions, and to satisfy those two conditions, we need a router, right, to update it and insert it. Those are like two conditions which
Okay, but the target table, as in what we input, we imported from the relational something that work, right? Work.
yeah, it's the same. Means initially it had no data. Once it gets loaded with the data, it compares it.
No, but I didn't understand that. What that work he mentioned, as in, that is.
It's the same target. Yeah. Actually, it's the same table in the target.
Okay.
So
Because I've never seen that work. Just check.
work. I guess it's the same database, like just like HR, I believe.
Yeah.
That's the same.
So, but when we will be practicing, we will be using the HR, right?
Yeah, HR. That's what we would be using HR over there.
Okay, so it already has a record. So, how will we actually test whether our logic is working or not?
Initially, it will have no records, right? Means we take a target which have no records at all, and only
Okay, so
it would be performing insert task. Once it got inserted, then it would start comparing and update accordingly.
Okay, so then I guess we have to create our own new records and then try to see.
Yeah, new target table.
No, see, in the first instance, there is nothing in the target, so it will directly get inserted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we do it for the second time, if we do it with the same source, with the same employee table, since it will get a conflict, it won't. I don't know. I guess it should come up with some new data so that it updates, right? As in for employee ID 10, we assume that there is some change in the telephone number.
Yeah.
So we have to manipulate accordingly, right? So that it updates.
Maybe we have to take like relational database as STG. Means we are comparing it with the target, right? Not with the source.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to take. I'm not so sure about it. Maybe we have to take STG over there, so that it would compare it every time. And its relation is with respect to source. That's what he was. That's what he was saying, I believe. When he was trying to say whether it was with respect to the target or with respect to the source.
No, no. I mean, the only concern is I don't know why there's an echo.
It's like maybe because my microphone. Do you still hear it if I mute my microphone?
No, now it's good.
Or it's close.
No, we can discuss it later. It's okay.
Yeah.
Manoj, where are you, Manoj? Please come back.
What did he say when you called him up?
He said, I'll join.
Maybe he lost his network, man.
Yeah, I guess he has really bad network over there. Nine would be fun early morning. Tension नहीं. एक को तो टेंशन ही नहीं है तो वैसे भी get up at 6:30.
Anyways, I'm at this in central zone now, so it would be like 10 o'clock for me. Even if I wake up late, it wouldn't be much a problem.
Tomorrow now I have to get up. Nine is okay, but I have to get up. अपना बैड लक भी खराब है. इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक पे साला इंटरनेट दगा दे रहा है. Saket, any inputs? You're blank. What happened?
Nothing much. I'm just doing something else here. I'm texting on my cell phone.
Catch hold of him, man. You're in California.
Yeah, I thought of asking. I thought of asking him where in California he lives. But then he disconnected. So I'll ask if he returns now. There is one more thing called as Informatica on demand. It's a cloud technology. Recently I came to know that.
What does it do?
Sorry.
How how is it different from this normal tool?
Normal tool, it is used from, it is actually a cloud, so we do not have to install, we just need to go to a website. It is just like Informatica tool, we have to go to a website and create a login, and once we log in we can start using that. So it is completely a cloud, so as a result of which we do not have to install it any computer, so all we need to have is just a web browser to access that. No, means no specific computer or hardware requirements.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even I read that. I have the document for operating it, as in the instruction manual. But then there are certain issues, as in it is not full functional as what we are able to do it. It can only start a task, and then there are few exceptions which it can do. It is not 100% tool which you can, what you can do it on actual PC or it is.
Yes, yes, that is true.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it
But
is
like,
which tool?
What? Hadoop.
Yeah, Hadoop. Yeah, that is. I heard of it. It's a non-relational database management
Yeah, it's kind
system.
of same thing, right?
What?
Uh, the one which you were talking about, like what's that, Informatica cloud computing or something like that.
Yeah, that is used for, highly used for integration from cloud to cloud. From one cloud to
One
another
cloud to cloud.
cloud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from one cloud to another cloud. If we have to do ETL, then that is used.
Uh-huh.
But this is used from one physical system to another. This Informatica tool for performing ETL
From
from
physical
between.
system to the cloud.
No, yeah, means performing ETL between two physical systems, Informatica tool is used, but Informatica on demand is used to perform ETL between two cloud systems.
So it's kind of same. It's kind of same thing like Hadoop, because it's two clouds. I don't know. Means I have no idea regarding it. I'm just talking.
Yeah, even I heard that Hadoop is a non-relational DBMS. That's it, but no idea what does it actually do. Hadoop.
hey Manoj.
Hello, I'm back. Okay.
Mano-
Yeah,
Manoj, where in California do you live?
I'm staying in Fremont. Right now, I'm in Foster City.
Oh, okay.
Right now, where do you stay in California?
I live in Fremont.
Oh, okay, okay, nice man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just working for Visa right now here in the client for the Foster City.
Oh, okay.
So I just moved recently. Okay, so give me a moment. Okay, we'll discuss it later. But let me log back in again. It's still giving me some trouble. Let me log back in. Okay, one moment. I'm just okay. Saket, you became a presenter, right? Okay. I think now you should be able to see me. Can you see me now?
yeah, it will slowly change.
Yes, Manoj.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit slow, but we can see you.
Yeah, because there was some problem with the internet because it's not a home internet, right? I purchased the internet outside. Okay, so well, this is so till router you understood, right? Till router.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to see now, or it's still lag?
No, it's much better now.
Okay, so here in the groups we are creating two groups, one for the insert group, one for the update group. Okay. So when one is for insert, one is our update, we are connecting the insert group directly to the target definition with the update date as null. We are not populating anything to the update date. Why do we want populate? You will come to know when we run the debugger. You'll know what will happen. So for all the update things, we need to have update strategy transformation to perform the updates on a table. We need to have update strategy transformation. Without update strategy, we cannot do updates. For inserts, we don't need update strategy. For updates, we need update strategy transformation. Okay. So in the update strategy transformation, we will have three types of codes. One is dd underscore insert, one is dd underscore update, one is dd underscore delete. With update strategy, we can do insert, update, or delete. So here I use update strategy transformation for updating. So I write dd underscore update is a code for update strategy. So now the mapping is done. So I'll explain it back again this one to you. So whenever an input data comes from the source, employee ID equal to 10, okay, when an employee ID comes from the source, we are matching the employee ID number 10 to the target employee ID and getting the target employee ID to the next transformation. So when a source employee ID is 10 here, when it matches 10 with the target employee ID, if it couldn't find anything, what will happen here to this employee ID? It will assign null, right? It will get a null value. So when it is null, it means insert, right? When it is not null, it means update. So assume that there is again already 10 present in the target. So here it will return a value 10 for the employee ID. So when then it means already the employee ID is present in the target. So it should not insert that. It should update it, right? So it is going to the update part. Not is null of employee ID equal to update part. So for updates, we need an update strategy transformation. So why did I have create date, update date time? Whenever we insert the data in the target, we need to know when it is created. Okay, guys. Whenever we insert the data in the target, we need to know created. So we do not put any value to the update date time. We just keep it null. So whenever it is updated, then only we update this update date time value. Then we do not update the create date time. Understood? So now when we run the debugger, you will come to know. Don't need to worry. It's very simple. When we run the debugger, you will come to know what is this. Okay. Let me create a workflow here now. Workflow, create it's not lag, right? Still
a little good but manageable.
Okay. So task, create session, and what is our session? Instead of doing that, we can directly select a session from here and click it here, and it gives us the session. So I connect this session to the target, go to the mapping. Okay. Now same as usual what we used to do in the previous sessions. The source is HR, the target is work. Okay. So here what is our lookup? Lookup is on what base? Target based lookup, right? Work, right? Dollar target. So rest of all it is same. Again, what is our source? What is our SQ? SQ is dollar source, right? And these both are dollar target, right? One is an update instance, one is an insert instance, right? So now go to the target. So this is a update instance. So we have to change it to bulk to normal. We are not inserting right in the update instance. So we just use as update and we remove delete. So when we go to the insert instance bulk to normal and we just remove the update and delete ones, right?
Okay.
Same. So in the properties I showed you previously, always when we are inserting, we kept it as insert, right? If you remember or not. But now it is data driven. What is data driven? Whenever we use an update strategy in the mapping, we have to use data driven option here. Understood? Why? Because you are not driving the data. Update strategy is telling that driving the data here. So always when we use an update strategy, we have to use the data driven. Understood? So here if we write delete, and all you are performing inserts here, so we can't, when we type only insert, it will fail. When we select data driven, then only it will work. Okay? So rest of all the mapping is same now. So save it. Now let us run the debugger. Now you are able to see the designer right here.
No one knows.
So, is anybody else having a problem? It's lagging for me.
Yeah, it's again started. For me, it's the property screen is visible now.
Yeah, still I can see the properties. Data driven.
So which screen are you able to see now?
Now your MacBook.
Now you are able to see designer.
Yeah, I am able to see your Informatica too.
It's in the mapping now.
Yeah, it's in the mapping, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to the debugger here, going to the mapping, debugger, start debugger. So in the debugger dialog box, I'm clicking next. And we are already using an existing session instance. Okay? Next. It says allow me access because of the firewall. I just click on allow. Now I'm selecting the session here. Click next. Finish. So now I select the debugger and resize it for our convenience. So when I run mapping debugger next instance, so you're able to see the source data here. Source 100. So we are in the source qualifier, right? Now I press again F10 next instance. We are in the expression for the employee ID 100, right? When I press next instance, see, the employee ID 10 is an input and it is 10 cannot be found in the target, so it returned a null value, right? No data available means what? Null. Okay? So when I press again mapping debugger next instance, see, look up, there is no data available, null. All the data from the source came to the router and we are using insert. See, it is going to the insert path, right? And it is giving the create date time here. See, update path you can't see. There is no update path. Even if I scroll down the update, because this record is not an update record, right? So when I go to the mapping debugger next instance, it inserted into this particular target and again it went back to the source qualifier for the next record. Got it? So I will show you how the update will work now. There is no data in the target, right? Let us run the mapping. Okay? Let us run the mapping. Now you are able to see the workflow manager here.
Yeah.
So when I select this workflow manager, right click this task and start workflow from task. It is just asking me the firewall because I just installed it. So it succeeded, right? So when I click the session and resize it, I'll show you what are the statistics here. In the statistics, see, insert 107 records, right? Update one, nothing. Obviously, there are no updates. So, now I will run the debugger for you again, okay? Next instance. Mapping, debugger, next instance. You're able to see the record now here? Are you able to see source qualifier data here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now go to the next instance. Now again expression, now we are sending the data to the lookup. See? Now the target data is present, so it returned a value 100 employee ID, right? So the employee ID 100 will go to the lookup. So did you understand the logic how we are effectively make using of resources, the transformations to perform our task? See? So it is not null, right? So now when I scroll this, insert it says no data available, update it goes. Right guys? So now when I run the debugger next instance, it goes to the update transformation and update it. So we'll run the session and we'll see how it works. Okay? So before running the session, I wanted to show you the table. Select star from EMP work, right? Are you able to see the data now here?
Yeah.
Null, update date is null, right? So now when I run the session again, see, I am running the session. It succeeded. Now where the records went here? Update part, right? So when I run the data here, see the data. So here we are able to see when it was updated. See? Insert will be remaining same because we did not touch it, because inserted on 3 to 44, updated on 3.5.
Yeah, but Manoj, in the router we split it into two tables, right? So how did it affect the same table?
It is not a two table. See, this is an instance. See, the table is employees work, but instance name is update.
Okay, so can you just explain how to build up that instance again?
Just copy and paste it, rename it. Just copy this one, paste it here. Okay? When you paste it, it comes somewhere here. See here, it came, right? Rename that instance.
Okay.
One for insert, one for update. Understood?
Okay, and you will and we have to connect the update to the final target table.
Yeah, updates and insert same as usual. So what will I do is, so there is a lot to learn in the lookup. This is not the end of the lookup. So what else can we do with the lookup? I'll tell you little bit of it. So now you understood the concept of lookup, right? We are looking up the value. Yeah, what did you say?
No, in this lookup, we, as in the expression qualifier, we just dragged it.
Yeah.
Okay. And we created the data type this n underscore employee in order to verify and cross check with
this data, this lookup will come out. If there is a data, it will give the data. If there is no data, it will return null.
Okay. No, I can you just explain the importance of why we created in underscore employee? I'm not able to relate it.
In underscore employee ID is, we need to send the lookup, what value it will look up. We need to send the input field, right? You know, if you don't tell that there is an employee ID 10 coming from the source, how can it match? If there is nothing coming from the source, what will be the matching condition here for the lookup?
Okay.
See, there is a data in some table. Alright? So, if you want to know whether the employee employee 100 is not there or not, what will you do in this tuple? Where employee ID equal to 100 you will say, right? So that is what I am sending here.
Okay.
That is what I am sending here, where employee ID equal to 100. Where we should match 100? In the target table. If it matches, it will return the data. Otherwise, see, where EMP yellow YED equal to 1000 I will say, will it return the data for me?
No.
Nah. Same thing it happens in the lookup. See, null. So if it returns, it will return employee ID. Otherwise, null. So based on that return value, what is return value? Target return value. We are defining, we are telling, we are determining it is an insert or an update record, right? If the target is null, insert. If it is not null, update.
Okay.
Understood? So I will send you this XML file now. So what lookup, there is lot more thing. Now you try to understand this lookup for today. Tomorrow I'll tell you lot more things about this lookup, because this is not that simple. So I'll export this object, save it onto the desktop. Where did I save it? Huh? Okay. Cut it. This one I will send it to you. So you can import it. Repository, import that XML file. So you will get this mapping. You understood my point?
Correct.
You will get whole mapping. So first try to understand about that lookup. Then I will tell you the concept of different lookups, how unconnected, connected. Tomorrow we will implement SCD type 2 and also unconnected lookup. Understood?
Okay.
One moment, let me send that to you right away. Copy.
Manoj, can you include
This one, right?
Can you include my name as well?
Who is that?
It's Abhishek. Oh yeah, it's there. Yeah.
It's there, right?
Started and mine too.
Yeah, I included yours. I included yours. This is what your email ID, right?
No. Angela.
One moment.
Yeah, Manoj, mine is also missing there.
Manoj, you selected the BODS over here. Meeting topic, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I think you are there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just import it and run the debugger. Try to understand the lookup concept. You know, if you understand that, then I can tell you the other thing. Did you get my point? Otherwise, it is tough to make you understand what is what. Lookup is very important. Core interview questions will be on the lookup only. Okay? Alright guys, see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time, means 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay?
Yeah, and Manoj, I had a question related with one scenario. I mean, I was trying,
Can you can you give me a call at 4 o'clock, Pranish, because I have another class waiting. But I'll surely
Okay, not a
answer
problem.
you at 4 o'clock.
Okay, not a problem. You're
Okay.
4 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you back. Not a
Yeah,
problem.
after an hour. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
All right, guys. Sorry about it. It was a big move for me from East Coast to West Coast. I couldn't. This is my
Yeah.
lifetime ambition. So I couldn't miss this opportunity. So there is no
Not a
other way
problem,
I can leave anything for this. So that's the reason I couldn't tell you the session. But I hope that we'll be completing it. But I don't want you to waste the time, because the way I tell you is different. You will not get this way of training anywhere. I absolutely I know that.
Yeah, man, not a problem.